this world, for the first time, Peter Duce cried. He cried. I'm going to tell you guys the latest gist that landed on our desk. As you all know, we do it back to back. It is so sad. And when I say sad, I mean very much sad. It really touched Peter Duce. Now, you know, in life, there will always be that friend, regardless. He will be looking for ways to help you, to get you out of that mess. YUL has a friend. The guy is based in Canada. And he has been trying to reach out to YUL, but the conversation between both of them is not flowing in the direction that he wants or expects. Now, not to break that communication between himself and YUL, he doesn't press on what he knows, like the latest information and the attitude of JUDY, YUL's behavior, and he does not dwell on those conversation. He doesn't want to break that connection between himself and YUL. So what he does is to speak to Peter Duce, the father, on what to do, how to break YUL free from this shackle that he put himself, the shackle that he cannot get out of. You know how someone embraces captivity? That's what YUL can be described. A man that embraces, a man that loves, a man that admires, a man that does not want to get out of captivity. And this often happens to greedy people. You know, they are greedy, yet they are failing. So this friend reached out to Peter Duce. He's YUL's childhood friend. You know, that childhood friend that you've done a lot together, and that kind of real friend, true friend. Before we proceed, like and share this video. Tap on the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. Tap on the thanks button to encourage this channel. I really appreciate those who tapped on the thanks button. Yes, that thanks button, the one with the love and the dollar inside. I don't want to call names. No, I don't want to call names. I really appreciate you a lot. May God replenish your pocket. So, this young man is about the same age with YUL, same age as YUL. He spoke to Peter Duce and said, I want YUL to come over to Canada. Maybe when he gets over there, he will be able to start afresh or regain himself back. Something must be done to this young man. I want him to come over to Canada, and he will get a job. He will, you know, he will get him. There are a lot of opportunities for him. Maybe by the time winter, you know, the cold kind of knock his bald head. Maybe he will regain himself back again. And Peter Duce said, YUL is 40-something. He has built all his life around here. How can I tell him now to relocate, move over to the US? And also, how can I tell him this, that you are telling me that you have a man of God in Canada that can also help him, that this man of God is not just a preacher, like a deliverance minister. He's also someone who has he has this, is it degree or master? I don't know, that he has a certificate in counseling. He is a psychologist. He's a psychologist, and also, so it's like he has double grace. And Peter Duce said, how can I tell him this? With the thousands, if not millions of pastors in Nigeria, some of them have power on their legs. Some, it is their fingers. Some, it is their eyes. Some, it is their hair. Some will even tell you, let me sweat on handkerchief and sell to you people. There is no way they don't drop power on. They have so much power. How can I now tell my son to, well, this young man said, you don't need to. You don't need to tell him all of these. I'm just telling you what is available for him, to cure him, to get rid of this nonsense. Maybe by the time he steps out of the shackles of, physical shackles of JUDY, he will regain himself back. And when May comes visiting the US, maybe we can find a way to mediate between both of them after YUL EDOCHIE has gone through reformation, after his mind is renewed, after he has shed away this craziness, foolishness, stupidity. Maybe then, this is what I want to do as a friend. So, Peter EDOCHIE called YUL EDOCHIE's brother, siblings, called the rest of the kids and said, look, this is the offering that is coming from Canada, from YUL EDOCHIE's friend. They all know, obviously, they know who the guy is. This is what he's proposing that we do. And I just don't know, how can I convince YUL EDOCHIE to apply for this one? So that all of us will have the same, we'll all focus on the same direction. Obviously, this guy will say, oh, come visiting. And YUL EDOCHIE will not say he will not come over. But will YUL EDOCHIE come alone? That's the problem. It's not as if his friend didn't speak to him. After all, YUL EDOCHIE tried getting Europe visa. He couldn't pass through it. He couldn't get the visa. He tried getting the US visa recently. That didn't work. So it's not about if YUL EDOCHIE wants to travel abroad or not. Obviously, he wants to travel abroad. He's interested in traveling abroad. He wants to. He wants to take pictures. That's all he wants. He wants to get some money, travel abroad, and take pictures with Judy Austin. And that's not what his friend wants. His friend wants Judy totally out of the way. So how can this man do this without offending YUL? That is the problem. That is the problem. So he wants YUL EDOCHIE's father, as a wise man, to rack his brain and kind of look for ways out of this one. Think of something to sort YUL EDOCHIE out once and for all. So he had to speak to the siblings of YUL EDOCHIE to talk. Like, how can we sort this out? How can we help your brother? So they all devised some, kind of idea. They came up with this idea. They devised something. They said, okay, what we are going to say is that there is this arrangement, this kind of, it's like you study and still work to get experience in the industry as a movie director, cinematography, and all of that. Things related to what YUL EDOCHIE does, what he likes. And they said, this is what we are going to push to him. When he gets there, then you can now continue to fool him by saying, oh, don't worry, get this one doing now first. Get this one doing now first. But he has to be in Canada alone. So they discussed everything. And they all packaged it and they dropped it on the lap of YUL EDOCHIE. Like, okay, man, this is it. YUL EDOCHIE was so excited. He was so excited. And the talk between himself and his brother is, look, you cannot involve Judy on this one. Now, this is an opportunity for you. You can't allow, they fooled him. They say, you cannot allow only me to be shiny. You are our brother. They try to make him feel like they are with him on this one. But they know what they know the plan. So YUL EDOCHIE was so excited. He was so excited. Now, he was supposed to go, this level of application, the type of application, and his friend had already done the whole thing. Everything is perfect. It's just for YUL EDOCHIE. There are times that, most of the times, like the Schengen, the EU visa, some of them are non-appearance. You just submit your documents at the outlet. At times, UK, they do this too. You submit your document. American embassy, you just have to be there face to face. Canadian embassy, you don't have to be submitting your documents. But there are certain classes of application, and there are certain application that needs to be clarified. So they call you to come answer one or two questions. So they called YUL EDOCHIE. After YUL EDOCHIE had been told by his brother, do not go with Judy. Don't even discuss it. That's why we are telling you this now. You don't need the documents in your place. Obviously, if you have documents, Canadian documents and the application, she will definitely know. You don't need to have anything. They already prepared what YUL EDOCHIE needs with his father. All he needs to do is just on that day that he needs to go. Then, documents will be sent to you. You move in and do what you need. So Do you know that YUL EDOCHIE went to the embassy? Do you know he went there with Judy Austin? He went there with Judy Austin, and Judy Austin got there. You know the way she behaves. Normally, you cannot get into where, you know how they operate. They are strict. If you don't have business there, you cannot go into where the talk or the interview will be. You can't. So Judy Austin was, at the reception where, the lobby, the reception where you can come sit if you've got children, when people come with so that was where she sat. And you know how this interview thing goes. They have this cubicle and you sit and you get asked questions and you respond, all of that. So he did. He answered a few questions, and you will not believe this. Judy Austin was listening into the conversation that was. YUL EDOCHIE really wanted to travel. If you see what Judy Austin displayed at the embassy. No, we are married. In fact, she was the one answering on behalf of YUL EDOCHIE. They got to a point, they are like, excuse me, sorry, is that, and you know how the embassy operate. Even though security will say, hey, excuse me, madam, this is not the place. Already, the interviewer, the consular, they do not want to issue you visa normally. They don't want to issue you visa because you've already paid. You've paid for the service. That's how they work. You've paid for the service. So if they refuse, reject, it doesn't cost them nothing. You've already paid. It's sure that it's going to cost. So YUL EDOCHIE, he was so confused. Judy Austin was saying, yes, answering the questions like pretending like he's trying to help YUL EDOCHIE get the visa. Like he's trying to help YUL EDOCHIE remember what he has forgotten. This is how they shut down YUL EDOCHIE's opportunity to go to Canada. Obviously, Judy Austin knew that once YUL EDOCHIE goes, it's like, I'm going for this thing, and they said this. So when I finish, that kind of thing, like, I'll come, I will help, I will arrange. That was their discussion. That was their discussion. I will help, I will arrange, I will see to, I will see how we can, those type of things. That's what they discussed. Obviously, wasn't going to go there like that, saying, I'm the one traveling, you are staying at home. No, not at all. So that was their discussion. But Judy Austin knew that once this guy leaves, there's a possibility of me being, and, everything became what it is. Do you know that YUL EDOCHIE could not, they just ended the interview and said, sorry, because they already heard some of the things that Judy Austin said that didn't conform with what they already saw, what they needed to see. They saw it already, like, oh, no, this is not going to work. This is how she just messed YUL EDOCHIE's opportunity up at the embassy. I don't know how YUL EDOCHIE is going to get out of this one. I don't know. Drop your comment. See you in the next update.